Hi, I'm Michael Druckman, founder of Trident Forward, and this is Trident Talks, a series where we bring you diverse voices from all over Ukraine who are leading the country's recovery across all sectors. Today, I'm talking to Oleksandr Sienkevych, the mayor of Mykolaiv, about investment needs and opportunities in his city, which is strategically located in southern Ukraine along the Black Sea. Mayor Sienkevych, could you please tell us a bit about, we've known each other for a long, long time under different circumstances, going back to 2015 when you were first elected mayor of Mykolaiv. But why did you decide to become mayor of Mykolaiv, run for office, enter politics? You're from Mykolaiv. Maybe you could tell us a bit about just your background and how you got to where you are now.
I was born in the city of Mykolaiv. Lived all my life here, except the years of university which I spent in Kiev, in the National Polytechnical Institute. So I started to work as an IT entrepreneur in 2005. I established my IT company. Before that, I worked in some educational enterprise, computer academy, got my best students and established IT company. Worked as an IT entrepreneur till 2015. In 2014, after the Revolution of Dignity and the Russian invasion to Ukraine and Crimea, annexation of Crimea, I decided that I need to be on the front line of the, let's say, country modernization. So I decided to go for mayor, and I went to a special program under Kiev Mogila Business School called School of Mayors, preparing for the elections. In 2015, we had elections where I took part, and I won in the second tour together with a party called Samopomich, which was established by Mayor of Lviv, Andriy Sadovik. I worked as a mayor then 5 years and re-elected in 2005 and 2015 after again. I was elected in 2015 and re-elected in 2020. For this time, I work as a mayor almost 10 years. I think is that mission of mayor is to make life in the city at least better than it was before him. So some things in the city of Mykolaiv were waiting for the changes many years. I think life in the city somehow was frozen since the collapse of Soviet Union, because our city is the biggest shipbuilding city in Soviet Union. Actually, all the aircraft carriers have been built in the city of Mykolaiv. Almost all the Navy ships, let's say the biggest amount of different kind of Russian Navy ships were built in the city of Mykolaiv, including the warship Moskva, which now feeds the fish in the Black Sea. So this heritage made really good things to our city, but also played some kind of bad role in the mentality of the people of the city, because they lost their shipbuilding heritage and they lost themselves, let's say. And Russian propaganda used that to tell them the stories or fairy tales about the future, successful future of the city together with Russia. So many years, including my first term, pro-Russian parties were had very big influence on the city's life, which we've even now still feel in the city, even in the wild of full-scale invasion. Our special security services are catching from time to time these pro-Russian people who report about, let's say, activity or
Mhm.
in the past about the military objects.
Well, I think it's, for those that have followed Ukraine or been to Ukraine, know Ukraine, we've heard about the shipyards and the rich history of the maritime heritage on the Black Sea. And, visiting Mykolaiv before the full scale invasion, you would see the shipyards and the kind of rusty cranes and the port infrastructure that was sort of just sitting there. I know before the full scale invasion, you were working with a number of companies, smaller companies, that were looking to kind of add value to maritime either infrastructure or shipbuilding. What have you seen? Obviously with the full scale invasion, the Black Sea blockade, the first full year of the war, but have you seen those companies still engaged looking at these sort of niche areas? And where are those companies from?
Well, first of all, it's really hard to speak about development of the businesses somehow connected to the sea, reviewing that fact that our exit to the sea is blocked. As soon as the Kinburn Spit is occupied by Russian,
Mhm.
and this spit is really closes our exit to the Black Sea from the city of Mykolaiv from the South Buk River. So our city now really works somehow as a dry port where we store some of our agriculture products and then them to the ports of the big Odessa. But it's not a very big amount because it's cheaper to bring the cargo directly to the ports of the big Odessa, Chernomorsk, Yuzhne.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's why our city now uh, is is losing a lot of money, a lot of taxes. So our budget significantly decreased since the full-scale invasion. So now we review this war as a chance for us to rethink our existence. The future of the city. So together with Kharkiv, we are only two cities which work with the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, and we are developing our master plans. Kharkiv works with Norman Foster Foundation. We work with Italian company One Works Foundation, and we review how the territory should be developed, how the businesses will be developed in the city of Mykolaiv, how the let's say let's say the urban plan will be developed in the city of Mykolaiv, and how to connect all of that. Expectations of people. We also gather a lot of information from our citizens, both in the city and out of the city, who are now even abroad. So we don't use well-known Ukrainian slogan "Build Back Better," but we even use the slogan "Build Forward,"
There
because
you
some things should be not rebuilt, but built from scratch, let's say.
go. Hmm.
So first of all, we want to get rid of the let's say of the um, let's say we have reputation. I mean, Ukraine has reputation of the country that needs help. We have a reputation as the region that needs help and the city that needs help. But we want to change that so our partners review us as a potential business partners in the future and review the war time as a chance to prepare all the changes for the business investments and regional development. Uh, I want different kind of businesses, like different businesses from different countries, like United States, South Korea,
Hmm.
European countries, Denmark, first of all, to come to our city and help us to um, to create a plan for economic tools that we want to ask our state government to accept for the city of Mykolaiv. What I mean.
Hmm.
So reviewing the fact that the business is about the money, it's about profit. We
Hmm.
know that today we have profit all over the country the same. I mean, taxes are the same, profit could be the same, but also business, it's about risks. So the more risk you have, the more profit you should have. But as soon as we have the same rules, but the different kind of risks, for example,
Mhm.
from Mykolaiv, Vinnytsia, Khmelnytsky, and Lviv, then we need the different kind of economic tools, the gradient of different economic tools. And we want to ask our partners how they see this gradient, what kind of preferences they need, what kind of taxes they want to have in Ukraine, in the city of Mykolaiv. And we want to promote us as a special economic zone, which suffered a lot of World War time, but to have this pilot project for, let's say, 5, maybe 10 years, like a Delaware state in the United States, So to have this special economic zone, which will help us to grow up, because otherwise we will have that weak regions will be weaker and strong regions will be stronger, having the same rules for all the regions. So, and in that thing, really, we need your help. I mean, help of different international organizations and businesses, which will say not what, which will ask us not what can you offer to us, but which will say to us what they expect from us. So in
Mhm.
that way, we'll be able to change our legislation system and run this pilot. And then if it's successful, we will be able to replicate it and to scale it to other cities and regions.
No, it's a great point, and I think we see right now so much economic activity, conferences, different events to gather investors in places like Lviv. Recently, Odessa hosted the Black Sea Security Forum for its second year. Um, you're undergoing this review, working with partners in Italy to look at reimagining, Mykolaiv forward. What does the future of Mykolaiv look like? What do you say right now to businesses or investors or partners that are willing to go to Odessa? They're flying into Moldova. They're going to go across the border, spend a few days in Odessa, and go home. What do you say to them to say, come one more hour down the road and visit us in Mykolaiv? What is
Yeah.
it you would say to them, just to make that one little extra effort?
Sometimes I say Mykolaiv has something that other cities don't have. It has nothing. But actually, it's a joke. So, I mean, it's the Mykolaiv is a city of opportunities. So a lot of the things could be developed here. We have a strong engineering potential. We have a working class that is looking for a job and which is really tied to the city of Mykolaiv, who wants to stay here, who wants to work here, and who wants to develop their youth and their child here in the city of Mykolaiv. So again, speaking with the risks, as an ex-businessman, I understand that no one will invest right now in the city of Mykolaiv because there are a lot of risks and their level is very high. So I usually say that you guys can invest in education, in a professional education. So you can bring us like equipment, materials, which we will teach people, teach our children, teach our youth how to use them
Mm-hmm.
and after the end of the war, you will have a good prepared staff that will be ready to work on your companies. Because as soon as the war is over, we will have to build their facilities, but the staff will be ready. So, and in the worst case, if some Russian rocket in the nighttime will hit the building where your equipment is installed, in the worst case, you will lose only some of equipment, but not your investments of the facilities and so on. So it's a smallest investment, but it's a good impact on the human potential development because having this special economic zone, having staff with with the skills that needed. You will be run the business like this, in a month. So I think this opportunity for businesses is really unique. And we are ready to not to wait till the end of the war, but really ready to discuss it already and prepare their potential investments already now in the times of war. And what is more important, that everything that could be destroyed in Mykolaiv was one of the militarized city in Ukraine before the full-scale invasion. We had different kind of troops, different kind of military infrastructure, but it was destroyed in the first year of war because the Kherson was occupied, and from Kherson
Mhm.
area they attacked us even with artillery. So now everything that could be destroyed is already destroyed. So Mykolaiv, uh, fortunately,
Yeah.
uh, has less attacks than Odessa, Kherson, Kharkiv, Kiev, and other cities which are close to the front line.
No, I mean that's an unfortunate but I think a relevant point to make. And I think the education sector is quite an interesting one that we know USAID and other big international multilateral donors were invested in. That landscape is shifting right now, so that does present a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
I'll move ahead to another question, and just drilling down very quickly. I just have two last ones. I know you have not much time, and we'll continue in Rome, of course. But I did want to ask, speaking about those companies that are in Mykolaiv, you mentioned Denmark and the special relationship where Denmark as a country came in to really assist Mykolaiv with humanitarian needs, but now that's shifted to much more business to business engagement between Denmark and Mykolaiv. Are there any companies, Danish companies, that you want to highlight that are doing interesting work, that are uniquely positioned, and that may give a signal for other international companies in that sector to take a look?
Well, first of all, I need to highlight our unique cooperation with Denmark because for Ukraine, it's a really unique cooperation between country of Denmark, because Kingdom of Denmark and the city of Mykolaiv and Mykolaiv as a region. No other regions and cities have such successful cooperation. But first of all, it's about Danish people, Danish taxpayers, and our representatives of Denmark in Ukraine, like Ambassador Oleksandr Mikkelsen. I usually say that Denmark somehow adopted the city of Mykolaiv. And we work in this cooperation, and we want our partners to be successful. And that's why we invite the Danish Industries, the organization that has about 2,000 members, different kind of businesses from Denmark, and they review potential investments in the city of Mykolaiv. Already, company Per Arslev works on our water supply company doing some work, and also they plan to go into project where they change the water systems and huge water systems, not only in the city of Mykolaiv, but all over Ukraine. They have a unique technology where they change pipes without digging them out.
Mm-hmm.
So we also, in cooperation with other businesses, and we expect for them to increase their activity as soon as the war is over. So also, which is most important thing, we are leaders in cooperation with European Anti-Corruption Initiative. This is one of the important things that we are implementing in the city of Mykolaiv. We are doing integrity assessment in our municipal companies. We changed, in the process of changing, actually, we almost changed our structure of decision making in the city council, in the city executive committee. We changed the structure together with Ernst and Young. We work on that, and I think I will accept soon the new structure. Together with Deloitte, we worked on our water supply company, and we accepted the supervisory board, which will run the new contest for the director general for this company. We cooperating. And we also were the first city which showed all the help that we got from our partners on the website supported by European Anti-Corruption Initiative, where we report about all the help that we got from our donors, where it is, how much we spent, how much left, how it was spent. And what's more important, that since the beginning of full-scale invasion, we never spent a cent of our partners' money. So we ask them for the help. For example, with Denmark, we have a steering committee where we decide what we need to
Hmm.
procure, and they do it. And more, let's say, they reinvest in their economy. For example, if we need pumps, they buy them from the
From there.
Grundfos company, from Danish company, and then they bring it here. So we don't want to work with their money because I usually say that temptation is a human nature. So we don't want to, to have any problems in the very beginning of this cooperation. Moreover, we want to make it as much transparent as it's possible. As you know, Denmark is a country number one with zero tolerance to corruption. So we want to build this small Denmark in the city of Mykolaiv.
No, it's an amazing story, and it's one that I know that you'll continue to be telling. And I think it's a great example for not just other countries, but again, other companies that are interested to know that Denmark has sort of led the way on, again, helping to really work with you and your team to establish the rules of the game, zero tolerance for corruption, and to open up opportunities investing in some of this infrastructure development that's happening in Mykolaiv. If I could ask Mr. Mayor one last question, just we talked a bit about your background, what's happening with the city right now. You mentioned this, build back, not better, but build forward, Mykolaiv forward. Where do you see Mykolaiv in your, as an optimist, if you were campaigning for reelection right now, where would you see Mykolaiv in 5 years? That would be important for our partners to know what your vision is as city executive.
Uh, 5 years is not a very big term. Based on my experience being mayor, I would say that 5 years is a really short term. But I see after the end of the war, our city as the city that is really developed and in on the progress of rebuilding itself, changing its procedures, and creating new creative economics. I mean, it's very important for us to create new workplaces for new citizens because we have about 65,000 people came from the region of Mykolaiv, from Kherson region, from Kherson city. And I would like them to have workplaces, to pay taxes and develop our city, making it very comfortable and, let's say, um, friendly and
Mm-hmm.
to make it home, so to make it to make those people to feel like they are at home, we need to help them with a place to live, with a place to go to the kindergarten, to the school, and so on. So, but that one is very dependent on the workplaces, on the human force that will bring taxes to the city budgets to develop it. So I think Mykolaiv in 5 years, it's city with high-end production services, which develops not only, let's say, IT, but also does some hard stuff production
Mm-hmm.
like machinery and production of goods, including the agriculture. And sure, we will be the logistic hub because it's the thing that we can't avoid because of our um, because of our position on the map of the world.
No, absolutely. Well, I think we're certainly excited to help partner and continue to partner with you. You've done a fantastic job of finding partners, and I think like so many other Ukrainian mayors and those on the ground, just finding solutions to problems that not all of us are always aware of. And I think again, Mykolaiv has a huge role in the future Ukraine economy, and as you said, building forward and reimagining what that economy looks like is actually one of the hardest challenges to kind of get over. And so, thank you again for just going through some of your vision on that. I look forward to seeing you in Mykolaiv very soon. We look forward to bringing more people that share that vision, that want to, again, take a look and get a better understanding of the opportunities in Mykolaiv region. And, we wish you nothing but the best and continued success, Mayor Sienkevych, and to the people of Mykolaiv who've weathered all during this horrible war. for their future as well. So thank you, Mir Sienkevych, and we look
Thank you,
forward to
Michael.
seeing you soon and look forward to bringing you more contacts and connections. Hi, I'm Michael Druckman, founder of Trident Forward, and this is Trident Talks, a series where we bring you diverse voices from all over Ukraine who are leading the country's recovery across all sectors. Today, I'm talking to Oleksandr Sienkevych, the mayor of Mykolaiv, about investment needs and opportunities in his city, which is strategically located in southern Ukraine along the Black Sea.
We don't use well-known Ukrainian slogan "Build Back Better," but we even use the slogan "Build Forward,"
There you
because
go.
some things should be not rebuilt, but built from scratch, let's say. So first of all, we want to get rid of the let's say of the um, let's say we have a reputation. I mean, Ukraine has a reputation of the country that needs help. We have a reputation as the region that needs help and the city that needs help. But we want to change that so our partners review us as a potential business partners in the future and review the war time as a chance to prepare all the changes for the business investments and regional development.
You're undergoing this review working with partners in Italy to look at reimagining, Mykolaiv forward. What does the future of Mykolaiv look like? What do you say right now to businesses or investors or partners that are willing to go to Odessa? They're flying into Moldova. They're going to go across the border, spend a few days in Odessa, and go home. What do you say to them to say, come one more hour down the road and visit us in Mykolaiv? What is
Yeah.
it you would say to them, just to make that one little extra effort?
Sometimes I say Mykolaiv has something that other cities don't have. It has nothing. But actually, it's a joke. So, I mean, it's the Mykolaiv is a city of opportunities. So a lot of the things could be developed here. We have a strong engineering potential. We have a working class that is looking for a job and which is really tied to the city of Mykolaiv, who wants to stay here, who wants to work here, and who wants to develop their youth and their child here in the city of Mykolaiv. So again, speaking with the risks, as an ex-businessman, I understand that no one will invest right now in the city of Mykolaiv because there are a lot of risks and their level is very high. So I usually say that you guys can invest in education, in a professional education. So you can bring us like equipment, materials, which we will teach people, teach our children, teach our youth how to use them
Mhm.
and after the end of the war, you will have a good prepared staff that will be ready to work on your companies. Because as soon as the war is over, we will have to build their facilities, but the staff will be ready.